Hey guys, what's up? I am Papi and welcome to the studio, especially if it's your first time. Alright boys, back to business. Today we're going to do a Prestige Cup. I haven't done the Prestige Cup in quite some time. It's not that I didn't do it, I have been doing it, I just didn't post them. And it's not that I'm trying to take a break from YouTube, I'm just trying to figure out how to bring you a bigger and better channel. So I'm going to figure out how to incorporate those other games that I play. But I'm going to go for what I know, man, and play CSR and post. So let's go ahead and do this Prestige Cup and get on to it. For you, those of you who just barely downloaded the game and you're trying to figure out how to get more money and all kinds of resources, try to do the Prestige Cup, man. Use your silver keys, do the rare crate, pull the car, and try and do the Prestige Cup and go as far as you can possibly go. Because you can get a ton of resources in that. And I love it. Now, whenever I first started playing, there was no way that I could complete the Prestige Cup, but I did play it as far as I could possibly go. And that's whenever you start getting, you know, chunks of big cash. And also, for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time on the Prestige Cup, I tell you guys some cool, fun facts about the car manufacturer. And today is, you know, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Jaguar. As in fact, first let me do this race and then I'll tell you a cool thing about it, because I learned a lot of stuff about Jaguar when I was doing my research for this video. I cannot talk today, man. Research? Okay, whatever. But whenever I was doing my research, I learned a lot about Jaguar. Now, you know, in the old time movies, whenever you guys would see a motorcycle and on the side of it, you would see like a little car and someone would be riding on it. A lot of people used, the Germans used that in Germany during the war. Well, they were the first ones. Jaguar was the first ones to manufacture those. In fact, they were producing those for the war. And then after the war, whenever the war ended, they basically didn't have anything to manufacture because not too many people were buying boxcars for their own motorcycles. I mean, they were kind of popular, but it just wasn't something that everyone was buying. So then they got into the automobile game, and that's whenever they started making cars. They're like, oh, we used to do boxcars, but now let's figure out how to throw some wheels on this bad boy. And I thought that was cool because, you know, some of their models, I think they look nice, man. I think all Jaguars, they look nice. They look sporty. You know, they're decently fast. I like Jaguar as a company. Now, people still believe this. People think that Ford owns, because Ford used to own Jaguar. I think it was from 1990 to like 2008. People still think that Ford owns them. They do not own them anymore. I think after 2008, whenever all these companies got bailed out and everything, I think that's whenever they kind of went off on their own, and now they're their own car company. I mean, they've always been their own car company, but Ford used to help them out a little bit and own them, and now they're on their own, which is cool. I like that. You know, whenever I say that these cars are decently fast, it's almost an understatement, because Jaguar as a car company has won the Le Mans 7 times, bro. 7 times. That's a lot. You know, there's a lot that goes into making a car. You know, you got your motors and your aerodynamics. You got all kinds of stuff. And for you to win a prestigious race like that 7 times, bro, then that means you're doing something really, really good. and so really well, and they're it's just awesome, man. I like the car, and I like this car too. You see the side right there, that Jaguar, that's called the Grinner. So in the beginning they used to have a hood emblem that looked like it was jumping out. And they called that the leaper. So that emblem that was right on the hood that was kind of jumping out, it's that was called the leaper. They removed that recently, not too long ago, just because head-on collisions, they felt that there was a concern for that, and so they removed them. But if you do buy a Jaguar, you can actually request to have that leaper put back on it. So if you don't plan to race it and drive it all crazy and you just want to drive it around as a luxury car, you can put that emblem back on there. I think it's really cheap to do too, so you wouldn't have to do it yourself. Jaguar will do it for you. But I also wanted to tell you, I typically do a rare crate opening if I don't have the car. This car, look at that, 15,000 RP points, bro. I'll explain what that is if you know, for you newcomers. But back onto the car, this was my first season car that I ever won. So I really like this car because it holds a lot of weight with me, because it was my first car I ever won. Yeah, on the season update, I was telling people that it has sentimental value to me because it really was my first season car. This is whenever I first, landed on a crew and they were able to help me out, and I was like, yeah. And I was able to get the season car, so it's pretty awesome, man. And I love the color. It's just a cool looking car. I like the Jaguars on the side kind of jumping out. Looks like it's the leaper or the Grinner. I don't know which one it is. I think it's the Grinner though. But that's what I'm saying, man. If you can do this Prestige Cup, you're gonna get, look, we're getting money, we're getting RP points. So the RP points are the points that you'll need, especially if you get into a crew. They're gonna request minimums to where you have to get a certain amount of RP points. But it's cool because if you're running with a good crew, then typically you're gonna get the car, season car. So if you can do that, man, that's good. It's real good. So get as many RP points as you can so you can make your minimum. You can get your season car. It's going to be fun. Now, most of you are already in a crew that are getting, the crew cars. So good job on that, man. Good job on that. Because it is pretty cool to get a free car every 2 weeks, Now, I also wanted to let you guys know that the comments, you guys leave a ton of comments and I love it. I love it. I do read them. Typically, I would reply to all of them, but I haven't been, I've been in and out of the studio for like a month now and just haven't been posting a lot like I used to. I'm gonna get back to posting on a regular, but in the next couple of videos, I'm going to address all your comments, man. I'm just gonna have a video with all your comments and I'm gonna speak to them. I mean, because I don't want you guys to be felt left out or anything like that. Because whenever I do, whenever I don't post as much, whenever I get back on, you guys are right there with me, man. So I really, really appreciate that. And I just want to express my gratitude that I do appreciate you guys watching whenever I do post. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to answer any questions that you guys have in the post. As a comment. So leave a comment if you have a question. If you have a question or a comment or anything like that, man, just throw it in the comments and it might make that next video, because I am going to address some of the questions and comments that I already have. I'm also going to go through new comments, so be sure to throw in a comment. We are at race 17, so we're halfway, man. Let's end this. That was part 1 of the Prestige Cup, fellas. And so I typically do part 1, and then part 2 is going to be the finale. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and like I said before, I'm just going to post on a regular for CSR. That way I can get back into the game, but I am going to start posting on other games. But I just want to tell you guys that I appreciate every single subscriber. I appreciate all the views. I mean, you guys are awesome. Like I said, sometimes I'll take a 2-week break, come back, and then boom, as soon as I post, I get comments saying, "Oh, you're back," and I'm glad you're back. So all of that, I just want you guys to know that I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I am going to address some of the comments on the next video. It's just going to be a video of me addressing comments and questions, so leave a comment. But hey, man, let's go ahead and exit out. If there's anything about this video that you like, feel free to smash that like button, and you should consider subscribing, especially if you like the content and you keep coming back for more. I appreciate all the recent subscribers. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.